The rematch between Sergey Kovalev and Jean Pascal ended the same way the first bout did. Saturday night at the Bell Center in Montreal, Kovalev successfully defended his IBF, WBA, and WBO light heavyweight championship when he forced Jean Pascal to retire on the stool between the seventh and the eighth round. As a matter of fact, Jean Pascal's trainer Freddie Roach is the one who made the call to end the fight, and it was a good thing that he did. The first fight they had ended in an 8th round TKO that was also in favor of Kovalev. I mean, it was a straight beatdown, just about from front to back. I thought Pascal had a few moments, but the punch stats showed that Kovalev landed 165 punches to just 30 for Pascal. Kovalev took a few wild shots from Pascal, but nothing that really put him in trouble. He took the shots like a champ, and I say Pascal's best round was probably the third. I thought he landed a couple good clubbing shots, but as I said, nothing really hurt him. In the fourth round, that's when Kovalev really turned up the heat. As a matter of fact, he scored what should have been ruled a knockdown in the first round. He hit Pascal with a jab, and Pascal's kind of tripped and fell. But even though the punch didn't really hurt him, it should have been scored a knockdown. But there weren't technically any knockdowns scored, and they probably could have been 3 scored in the fight. But in the fourth round, a hard jab from Kovalev looked like it appeared to break Pascal's nose, because his nose definitely ended up broken at some point because it swole up like a grapefruit. Not down, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it swole up a lot. And you could tell that it was broken. I assumed it was from one of the hard jabs or straight right hands in the fourth round. But he landed a ton of shots from that point on. And most people, if you were following along on Twitter, most people were just kind of happy that Freddie Roach jumped in to stop the fight. Kovalev wanted to punish Pascal. They don't like each other. The weeks leading up to the fight, Pascal had accused Kovalev of being racist, and those accusations really kind of look like they spilled over into the fight, at least on Kovalev's side. And afterwards, Kovalev was like he wanted to punish him, and he also made reference to the fact, that Pascal lost $50,000 because there was supposedly a side bet between the two guys for $50,000. So that was kind of weird. But yeah, so Kovalev made a reference to that. This is now 13 straight fights that Kovalev has won. 12 of them he stopped his opponent. He's definitely a legit member on the top 5 of the pound for pound list. So a fight between him and Andre Ward is seeming like it's got to happen. Ward was actually at the fight, and during an interview before the fight, he said it was not a question of if he was going to fight Kovalev, but when. So, we can't wait for them to step into the ring. Now, the fight that probably should be happening is Kovalev against WBC champion, which is the only belt that he doesn't have, Adonis Stevenson. Now, Adonis Stevenson was there at the fight, and Kovalev took a shot at him, called him Adonis Chickenson. And so, Adonis basically did his best Tyson Fury impersonation, rushed the ring. I'm the real champ, man. Nobody believed it. Everybody pretty much knew it was just garbage. Bernard Hopkins, who was working the fight, just flat out called it a show, and it wasn't real. The most realistic fight for Kovalev is a fight with Ward. That's what fans can look forward to and not have to worry about, it being just basically a wild goose chase. So that's realistic. Man, as far as Pascal though, sometimes fighters have fights or a series of fights with the guys that I think really kind of breaks them. And I think the 2 fights with Kovalev broke Pascal. And I don't think he'll ever be the same. It'd be best for him to retire. But he mentioned that he would be coming back at the end of the fight, during a post-fight little brief interview. So I don't know. If nothing else, he never needs to get in the ring with Kovalev again, because it's just a fight he can't win. I appreciate you watching. Y'all leave me a like, because there's going to be a lot of people that's going to leave dislikes because they did not read. So if you watched this and you knew what it was a recap, which is plainly states in the title of the video as well as on the thumbnail. Please go ahead and leave me a like. I appreciate it. God bless. Peace.